Yeah. Yeah. You know what it is. That straight kingdom talk, baby. You know how I'ma do it. Right. And I ain't going nowhere. 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 So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Watch me hit him with this 1-2 knockout KO. This time it's all or nothing, and I ain't playing around. They tried to overlook me cause I wasn't in the in crowd. Well, I'm back at it, so you know it's going down. And I'm all up in their face, so they gotta see me now. With that raw lunch.
What is up, Cody?
Hello there. How are you? Sorry, I was just sitting there staring off into space thinking, thank goodness it's Friday and it's not any kind of Friday. It's a 5-star Friday. And when it's a 5-star Friday, you know you got a 5-star cast. When you got a 5-star cast, you got a cast like me, Ryan B, and the monstrous fish. And we are here because we love you all. Yes, that was a beautiful intro, wasn't it? I know you guys are
It
like,
was. That was amazing. That was awesome.
So moving. So moving. Send an ovation back home.
That's how we do. Fish,
Yo.
I'm digging that shirt, man. Why don't you show the... What? Is that merch that we kind of mentioned last week that we'd be getting, and you're rocking it now?
Oh,
People
man.
are probably wondering, damn, I'd like to get my hands on one of those. Well, very soon. Very soon. Too bad the rest of us didn't get the memo.
I try and wear it as often as I can if it's clean. I try and wear it. Or I try and wear a shirt that goes with the theme of what we're talking about that
talking
night.
about the Teen Titans. He's got a PhD in the Teen Titans. He says that's
already
impressive.
saying he got a PhD in it. You have a
impressive.
PhD.
Oh crap! I forgot to turn the chats on.
That's impressive.
What's up, J-Man?
J-Man, what's happening? Before we get started on Teen Titans, I'm going to ask our viewers that are already on the show and my co-host here, how's your guys' week been? You guys' week been okay?
Getting there.
Ryan
was triggered? How dare you ask such a question?
Ryan.
You should have known that was a trigger for me.
Ryan. You, sir, had a very wonderful show this week on Wednesday about cancel culture.
That was the highlight of my week. That was the highlight.
Well, you know what, Ryan? I like to.
Most hell, this whole week.
Ryan, you know what I like to say, buddy.
Do you need
to
a
focus
hug?
on at least focus on that one positive thing.
I need a Xanax, and I need a bottle of whiskey and go to bed. That's
Okay. Listen, Ryan, just try to focus on that good thing in the week. That positive thing, man. That way when you come on Fridays, you're feeling positive, bro. You're feeling positive. Fee, how was your week?
It was all right. I can't really complain. I've been able to have a good productive day. It was a good show this past week on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to interview Mike next week. So I'm excited and looking forward to that. So
there you go. You just came back from a vacation.
That's right.
How was that?
It was really nice. Good. I enjoyed it. Nice and relaxing.
Good. That's important. I'd like to know how my co-hosts are doing, how everybody else is doing.
What about you?
Me? I'm fine. I had a great week. I'm glad it's the weekend.
You made flapjacks.
I did make flapjacks today for my old peeps at my work.
They were so cute.
Yeah, we made some
been on social
flapjacks
media. So
with we had fruit toppings and chocolate chip toppings and the sugar-free syrup to cancel out the chocolate chips. I don't know if it works like that or not, but Who knows?
It was the intent. It's the intent.
Man,
But no.
we used to do pancake breakfast at my church, and I always loved working the grill because, man, I'd make the custom order. Oh, you want bananas and nuts and chocolate chips? Here you go,
Yeah.
baby. You want strawberries? Here you go.
I don't know why I thought
Strawberries, here
custom
you go.
order I was like, I want a cross like pancake and I want a Bible
Right.
one that has
I want
like
you to make
toppings.
mine look like the Millennium Falcon.
They weren't doing pictures in pancakes on TikTok yet at the time. Like I kind of want to learn how to do that, but hey, I've tried some that didn't taste very good.
Well, maybe if you can learn how to do the Teen Titans. That would be sweet, because that's what we got for you guys today, Teen Titans. I was thinking at the beginning of the week, I was like, man, we've done some cool stuff, and we've done this, we've done that, and McFarlane this week decided to put out some Teen Titan figures, and I thought to myself, man, why the hell have we not talked about the Teen Titans yet on this show? Because I love the Teen Titans. So I'm going to start with that question, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer. Obviously, Javon's already answered that he has a PhD in Teen Titans. Do you guys enjoy the Teen Titans? Do my co-hoster and my and I'm not talking about the show. I'm not talking about just the show. I'm talking about as a team, as a whole, as a concept, as an idea. Do you enjoy the Teen Titans?
I do now. I didn't originally.
Okay, fair enough.
Passionately.
I think Fee's frozen.
Oh, Fee froze.
Frozen Fee.
Frozen Fee.
Fee said she had enough of your nonsense.
Oh, she's.
But she looks good frozen.
Feezing.
She's
yeah, it's a beautiful picture. Well, screensaver would be great.
She's feezing right now. Anyway,
feezing.
Ryan. Oh, J-Man said he looked like you hating on the Teen Titans, Ryan.
J-Man.
Uh-oh.
You might be right. I mean, I like the Perez era of Teen Titans. I come from old school Titans when, Nightwing had that nasty ass disco ass outfit,
Oh.
Trash. Yes.
I kind of dug the disco outfit, but I grew up in the disco era.
Gold and white.
You would.
But I mean, I couldn't never. I couldn't. I'd vote on the boat with the Titans, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Boat wasn't there for me. There will be slander. Fortunately, there will be just slander on good old Dick. So.
Okay.
Don't slander the Dick.
There it is, Fee. Fee, for you.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I remember looking forward to watching the Teen Titans when it was on Cartoon Network and just enjoying the storyline and the characters.
That's a very different Teen Titans, though, than like the one I grew up on.
True. So I mean, again, I liked it, but I was given a really good Teen Titans that I enjoyed.
John, we're not bringing that up. We're not bringing that up today. John, we're not bringing that up.
Going on right now. There's a level of disrespect.
I'm glad that you like the cartoon. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this question, Fee, because I'm trying to get a feel for the room.
Okay.
Have you ever read a Teen Titans comic?
I did a long time ago, but not recently.
Okay. Fair enough.
I have a follow-up question. Like, was it a comic about like that version of the Titans? Because I mean, like, you're not reading like an 80s comic of Teen Titans or a
you don't know
70s. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
that's why I'm
don't
asking.
keep putting her in a box.
No, that's why I'm asking to find out.
Vintage story here and there. I'm just kidding.
Don't
I'm not gonna say
a box, bro.
Vintage is a really strong word to say for like 80s, but sorry, but
all right, J-Man.
I think it was more in line with the animated series.
Back to this comment. I'm just gonna say we're coming back to that. I got a picture pulled up over yonder. We're coming back.
We were talking about that before the show started when it came to Cyborg back in the day.
Hold on. What did J-Man just say? He's saying that Ryan? What's going on right now?
Wait, what?
Okay. Okay. All right, so let me ask y'all this.
Oh, I won't talk about it, Javon. We can talk about it.
Georgie tonight.
I'll send you a link, and we can talk about it. Oh.
Yes. Early Teen Titans. The good old sidekicks. Trash. Okay.
Like, I'm old enough. I grew up with the cartoon, like back in the Hanna-Barbera pre-Super Friends day, back when Aquaman still rode the big fat pink seahorse. Like, when that Aqualad and Speedy were going on very boring adventures and like, gee, Buckaroo, let's do. Oh my God, that was so boring. Like, that made me not want to read a comic right there. But then we'll get to it. But
yeah. Okay. I'm in agreement with both of you. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I the old school Teen Titans. No for me. Corny. But I can even say that about some old school just DC in general, right? I mean, we've all talked about how
I had no interest in Superman back then. He was too boring. He was just a plain vanilla Boy Scout. Couldn't stand him.
Then a more updated version of the Teen Titans came out, and I'm like, okay, I can rock with that. Okay. A little edgier. Then a little cartoon came out. Teen Titans cartoon. Were you, Fee, you said yes. Fish, Ryan, I know you guys are older.
That's my time.
Did you guys get into the Teen Titans cartoon at all?
Freaking loved it. Did not find it until later because, like, I live in the South. Like, we didn't have Cartoon Network as a regular station when it first came out. Like, you didn't get that on regular cable. So I didn't see it until it came out as like reruns on WB or something, and then got introduced to it, went back and found it, absolutely loved it.
Okay. So Ryan, you said no, not at all. Did you ever watch it?
Yes, no. Hard no.
Yes, no. That is such
really?
No.
Okay.
That response, yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
I tried it.
It's a yes for me.
I couldn't fly
with it. I flied with it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great cartoon.
Another question out of curiosity to clarify: how old were you, Tony, when Teen Titans came out?
I'd have to look up when it came out.
So I have it pulled up. It came out. Whoops! Hold on.
I was actually just.
It came out 2004. 2004.
I was 14.
Okay, so like you're in prime cartoon watching territory. Granted, I'm still in prime cartoon watching territory, but you know,
14. I want to say, Fee, maybe you can pull this up since you're looking up things right now.
Sure.
Didn't Static Shock come out around that same time? There was a handful of cartoons that were dropping right then. Static Shock might have been a little earlier.
I want to say it was earlier.
2000.
2000. Okay. So okay. Yeah. So for me, I dug the cartoon. I thought the cartoon was cool. That team, the team that they chose, I enjoyed. I liked it. Now you get to Teen Titans Go, the new show. Do you guys like Teen Titans Go?
Yeah. Oh, I dig it. I mean, it is absolutely not the same thing. It's for a different audience.
Yeah.
I dig it. It took me a second. I love it. I enjoy it. I dig it.
I'm gonna say also I agree with Fish. I think it's not something like the original cartoon that I'm like I'm gonna look forward to watching it. I'm gonna be like, oh, I gotta catch the next episode because it's not that kind of cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I think it fits well in the generation that likes that type of cartoon, like World of Gumball, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah,
it's funny,
mm-hmm.
but it also still is bringing a different generation into liking. Like my youngest daughter watches it on her tablet. She enjoys. Man, wow.
Wow.
J-Man's coming in hot today.
Wow.
She enjoys watching Teen Titans Go because she thinks it's funny. It's hilarious. I think some of the humor is funny too, and the way that they kind of make fun of DC. Like it's DC making fun of itself with some of the stuff that they do.
They have a lot of meta fun in that show, and some of it's weird. The Tooth Fairy creeped me out and gave me nightmares, but so much of it is really fun and just goofy, and I love it.
Yeah, yeah, I enjoy the cartoon. I think it's cool, and it's one of them things. It's funny because it's the type of cartoon, Teen Titans Go. You can ask people on the street. You watch the Teen Titans cartoon, you're gonna get two different answers, right? Because there's a group of people that watch the original, and then there's a group of people that grew up watching the Go. So I think that's funny. Like you get that kind of, you know, if you're asking younger people, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that show's funny," compared to other people. They're like, "Oh yeah, that was a good, that was a good show." I liked both. I think they both were created to do different things.
I can appreciate them joking and doing the banter, like the writers with that, because I think I saw like 2 episodes. I just wasn't really drawn, like art style, obviously, like
Right,
seeing
it's
the
different.
story
Yeah, yeah.
progression of the one of the 2004 series, and I was like,
Right.
oh my gosh, and I can't remember uh finishing it. So I was like, I want to see what happens, and then I see Teen Titans Go, and it's like, I'm never gonna know what happens, you know?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah,
It's
Teen
not a
Titans,
continuing story. It's
right?
not a drama. It's silliness.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's silly. Teen Titans, the original, had some pretty good story arcs in it. I feel like.
Oh, really good.
Yeah, some really good story arcs inside of it. And then we got like Young Justice, which I mean, come on, Young Justice is Teen Titans. Teen Titans is Young Justice.
On
Whatever
steroids. Yeah,
you want to call them. It's kind of like the next phase, I would say.
Yeah.
Did any of you watch the Young Justice cartoon?
Every episode, like 3 or 4 times.
Okay,
I don't
Ryan.
think so. I think
Right, Ryan, I'm telling you right now,
it's just objectively good. It is just objectively
Ryan,
some of
tripping.
the best superhero stuff we've got.
This is a topic of
now.
praise.
Now you're tripping. You're just a cartoon hater. You don't watch cartoons.
I watch cartoons. I just
Javon's
watch
a bandwagon fan. He
It's
goes.
not like he don't be
crowd.
watching cartoons. The cartoons watch him. He just don't.
It sounds like
I'm
you
just
don't watch
kidding.
cartoons.
Justice is relatively good.
Ryan says it's Huckleberry Hound or nothing.
Ryan. How can you not?
Really.
Like, I agree with you. I will agree with Javon to an extent. The first 2 episodes of Young Justice to me probably are like the better the first seasons. I enjoy them first seasons. They didn't lose me.
The first ones.
They didn't lose me, but some of
that
it is a
I
little
haven't
crazy.
seen.
I've not seen the Go movie. I did see when DC just dropped like its animated film, Teen Titans, and then they did like a Teen Titans versus Justice League. Those are pretty good.
They're pretty good, but honestly, I like Young Justice better than those movies.
Did you guys see the Teen Titans Judas Contract?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
That's a really good comic too, by the way. And that'll just steer me into the next.
They did that part better than Teen Titans did it, but I don't know. The whole thing still kind of creeps me out, though. I mean, it was more common back in the day to have older dudes hitting on young girls than it was still creepy, but it was just a lot more commonplace. That always freaked me out. I don't like it. But
do you guys have a favorite Teen Titans comic book story arc, or even like in the shows, a story arc that you liked the best?
Red X, I dug from the Teen Titans.
Red X was so dope.
Yeah, I'll give you that, Fish.
Yeah. Red X.
Javon is wrong.
Yeah, I agree. Javon is wrong on that, but that's okay. He's been wrong a bunch.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, that's what he's known for. He fixing to hack his way onto the show.
Right. He ain't about to let us. He ain't about to let us live with that.
Oh.
Ryan, you?
I mean, Raven's daddy. That's always fun.
Yeah.
You know. anything Dick and Batman and the struggle with being his. I always like those kind of arcs. Yeah, Trigon. Yeah,
Trigon. Terra.
Yeah, that's I like that whole.
That's one thing that I think they did well in Young Justice.
I think the issue I have is that, you know, I get they're all metahumans and stuff. Me, it just felt. I know if because it was just too much going on. Alien thing, like I just couldn't deal. I don't know.
It is definitely part of the shorter attention spans as time has gone on. And it was definitely set for a shorter attention span of the time. Teen Titans Go is like for squirrel. Like it is for like really short joke.
Yeah.
You know, before we lose their attention and they turn the channel. And it's just gonna get worse. You know, like now, if you don't get them every second of a TikTok they scroll on, like they cannot have a pause for dramatic effect. They're gone. It's, you know,
as the time goes, it's
part of what it is.
But at least they're still making things on like HBO Max for like the adults who enjoyed it. Like them coming back and redoing some of the Young Justice stuff, or not redoing it, but like furthering it, I think was cool. I haven't got around to watching. I think there's one season maybe that I haven't watched. Have you watched them all on HBO Max, Fish?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah? Okay. I was waiting every time they pop a new one out. I'm first thing in the morning watching it. I love it.
Do you think Teen Titans stories are a little bit harder because at the end of the day they just always fall in the shadows of the Justice League, or at the end of the day they're just you know what I mean?
I think I read my irritation with it because I mean you're stemming from established IPs. Like Dick comes from the Batman. Yeah. You know, and then all I think about is that's
what Catwoman said. I think Catwoman said that.
Yeah, I'd rather watch the Bat Family instead of watching. You know what I mean?
You'd rather watch Dick come from Batman.
Yeah. You know, and like you're having like Beast Boy, Raven, you know, Starfire, all that stuff. It's just like it's a small Justice League, but angsty, but not angsty. And I feel like the threats shit is not as serious as other things in DC, you know, or they always have some other factor that plays to you're dealing with other characters such as Superman, Batman, Woman, and all that stuff. So I just felt like they don't have a strong identity like other established IPs. And for that's just my damn opinion, bitches.
Especially the early stuff. It felt like Dollar General knockoffs.
Exactly.
Hold on a second.
Exactly. Especially back when Teen Titans first came out.
Shut up, Ryan.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'll never hate you, buddy. I'll always love you.
I love you too.
Okay. So don't ever worry about your opinions making me hate you. Because that
comes from Batman. Sorry.
So let's just get that out there. For me, I'm gonna say I don't feel like I think it's tough, and I think you do fall into this like in the shadow of the Justice League. But I will say that I'm a sucker for teen characters. I like teen characters.
Me too. Like Robin's my favorite character of all time.
Who'd you say?
Robin's my favorite character of all time.
Yeah, I love Robin. I think I love the characters more than I love the stories. Is my thing. Like when I see a Cyborg, I'm like, hell yeah, Cyborg. I see Beast Boy, I'm like, hell yeah, it's Beast Boy. You get what I'm saying? Like Arsenal, Kid Flash. I see them characters. Aqualad for sure. I love Aqualad. I see the characters, and I like the characters more than I like the stories. I will say, to me, Young Justice has done the story. Young Justice did the stories the best. I think.
Absolutely.
I think Young
so.
Justice has done a Teen Titan story in the best way. Like the way that they had them set up training, the way that their missions are set up to where it's like they're
Talking
handling
to shrinks, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
It is better.
I think the way that they did now, you know, them having Superboy and this, I think they could have done like that Teen Titans, like the original Teen Titans, and put that in there. But I'm okay with like who they picked and how they used those characters and how later on they brought Beast Boy on and that sort of thing. That was okay with me. But like I said, I see the characters on an either like even like the action figures. Like I'm like, I want those action figures just because of those characters. I love Nightwing. I love Red Hood. I love like these teenage versions of, you know what I mean? But I'm more in love with the characters than I am the stories that they're in. I don't think there's ever really been, besides Young Justice, a Teen Titan story that I'm like, oh, I'm in love with that story. You can't tell me no different. There's that story. I gotta get every issue of that comic. There's not for that. There's not one for me at least. I'm not saying they're not out there for other people, but I'm saying for me, it's just not there. But I tell you, I was hooked on Young Justice as soon as I watched it, and I wanted to catch. I'm like Fish, you know, I wanted to catch the next episodes and watch that because I feel like it went into a lot darker places.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was cool. I think having the teens in these dark places was kind of dope to me. My next question for you guys, though, do you think, as far as teen teams go, are they the definitive go-to teen team in comics? Would you say if there's tiers and there's a top tier, would you say Teen Titans / Young Justice is that top tier team, or is there? And the second part to that, does Marvel have a team?
I feel like they're more well known. I don't think nobody talking about like Young Avengers and stuff like that. Like
I was gonna ask.
I mean, still, when I think like teen teams,
X-Men.
like X-Men comes to mind, but like
that's what I think.
The original X-Men have been teenagers for years,
right?
And you know, but I still like think of them that way. Like I love New Mutants. X-Force was one of my favorite books ever, but it's not as universally well known as the Teen Titans are.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess to your same point, Tony, I was like, I love the characters. So for me, Teen Titans is just kind of like, I just love them. Like, you know, so, but when it comes to the stories, or if I think of other teen like teams, those do come to mind, but they're not the same caliber as Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Like Generation X comes.
Ninja Turtles. Like, they are a teen team.
They're more well known.
They're more famous.
Fish, I swear I was.
Or the Power Rangers. Well, yeah, Power Rangers too.
The only team. There's I would say TMNT.
Good list.
Power Rangers.
Good list.
Yeah, that's a good list, Juan. Yeah, I agree with that.
Good list.
I agree with that.
It's almost like he's used to putting things in a list of his top 5.
Interesting.
Maybe it's just a thing of his.
Like he has like a
It took a fraction of the time.
Yeah.
It would take me all day to come up with that list. It'd take me a week of dwelling on it to come up with that list.
Yeah, I would definitely. Obviously, if you're talking about teenage group, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is number 1 by far. There's no teen group. I mean, Ninja Turtles might be like top 5 most popular things on the planet anyway. Like, I mean, no, there's not a single person who doesn't know what a Ninja Turtle is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my grandma knew what Ninja Turtles were.
Yeah, I mean, they might not recognize why you need to buy 4 of them to get the whole set when your kid is action figures, because you want the whole damn set. And yes, I know I got one at home, but they're a teen, Mom, and I need all 4 of them anyway.
It's the same turtle; they just painted a different color.
Yeah.
But like this one's Donatello. Like Leonardo has the katanas. Like he has a staff. You gotta understand, Mom.
We got sticks in the yard. Go get one of those sticks.
Back in my day, if we're talking about
back in my day, I got a Switch and I liked it.
Rounded superhero teams, right? Like just a good mix of powers. the Teen Titans cartoon, those 5 characters, I feel like make for a really great superhero team. If we're talking about powers alone, you kind of got a good mix and balance between the 5 members. I would say. What do
Hmm.
you guys think?
I mean, that's a pretty fair mix. That stands up against like the Fantastic Four or anything else. Like,
Yeah.
you've
I mean,
got
you
your
got
smart guy, your
Cyborg,
tactician.
you got a shapeshifter, an
Mhm.
alien. You got
You got
actually 2
Superman.
aliens.
You've got
Yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
a Wonder
Magic. You've
Woman.
got
Yeah,
a
Yeah.
powerhouse hacker. Like you.
You got a
yeah.
it's a well-rounded team for sure.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Um, and them at their like max capability, I believe they could throw down with any superhero team that's out. I mean, I'm sure like we've seen where there's been books where they've just defeated the Justice League and just whatever. But like I
Yeah.
feel like as far as rounded teams go, they're a pretty rounded team. They're a fun team. I will ask you guys this though: who's your favorite member of the Teen Titans? If you could only pick one, and it doesn't have to be from the. It can be from whatever. It can be from anywhere. Fish, you want to go? You got your hand up. I think you do.
Okay. Now, this character is my favorite character now.
Mhm.
And I love everything I have seen this character in now since the Teen Titan cartoon days.
Okay.
But is also single handedly the reason that I would never buy a Teen Titans comic book when I was a kid. Kept me
Okay.
off of the series forever. I hated this character with a passion, made me very uncomfortable as a child. And that was this homie right here,
Yeah.
Cyborg. I love
Okay.
him now, but the disco streetwalker transvestite look freaked me out as a child.
Mhm.
And this is coming from a kid that loved Rocky Horror Picture Show, but this freaked me out. The metal thigh
Okay.
high stockings and garter belt look made me very
He was
uncomfortable.
platinum, bitch. He was platinum.
Yeah.
Okay, I you
Word.
you can call it what you want. Hey, Javon, I'm
Ryan.
not knocking transvestites
Ryan.
in general
I'm
or
serving
transvestite
you.
enthusiasts.
Serving,
I'm just saying, like,
he is
10-year-old fish was made very
Serving. I'm
uncomfortable.
serving you.
Hey,
I I did not like it. I didn't want to buy the books. I felt he was walking around in lingerie, and that made me uncomfortable as a child. I didn't want to buy those books. And I
Okay.
didn't like Robin enough to want to buy that book, and I didn't know any of the other characters, so I did not buy them. I didn't read them. Now,
Right.
after they redesigned him and made him freaking awesome looking and a badass, oh, absolutely, I love Cyborg. He's my favorite
Mhm.
character now. I even love the goofy ass Cyborg in Doom Patrol. I love him and love the arc that he's going through in there, and we'll
Yeah.
probably
Patrol's actually a
follow
really
and
good show.
support everything now, but he is the reason that I would not buy a comic book in the 80s.
Okay. Okay.
He
Do
was
you let
certainly.
me since you Word. Since you talked about Cyborg, do you like Cyborg that when they decided to move Cyborg up to the ranks of Justice League and they kind of started rebranding? I think it was New 52. He was officially rebranded as Justice League. Did you like that or you dislike that?
I mean, to me, he's got to grow up. Like, all of the
Yeah.
characters need to grow up. Nightwing had grown up a long time ago and was a hero
Yeah.
standing along Batman for years. Keeping him
Hmm.
relegated to the kids' team seemed
Yeah.
unreasonable and stupid. So I like seeing him go up, and I like all the movies and stuff having this opportunity of he's the new guy on the team, so we can explain everything through him, and you can see him being uncomfortable. Like, do I really deserve to be here just because I got blown up?
Yeah.
I'm not really in the same league as Superman, and like
Mhm.
I really enjoy the story opportunities that gives him dealing in that
Let
team.
me ask you a question on top of that question though. Do you think it was a more of a we need a black guy on the team and we don't want to do John Stewart? Who else do we have? Because Justice League is notorious for this, right? They're notorious for having, for a while, a full white cast, and for a while even the same looking white dude with different mask
Hmm.
type of cast. One female character, pretty straightforward, right? And then they had Hal Jordan. I mean, they had John Stewart for a while. Like, do you think it was that kind of move? Like, we don't want to do John Stewart. Who else do we have? Because I don't know.
I mean, that might be part of the reasoning for moving him up. I think also probably part of the reasoning might be how long can you force the one black character from Teen Titans to continue to sit at the teen table and not be able
Yeah.
to move up when everybody else got
Mm,
to move up?
yeah.
Um,
Mm.
so I think that's probably a little part of it too.
Yeah.
But uh, I don't know. I didn't even realize that they didn't have John Stewart at the same time. But when I think back, like the movies in particular, I really enjoyed. But like I'm remembering Cyborg and some of the other characters, and I'm not remembering anything but like him and Batman, and
Mm,
that's
okay.
that's true. But then of course they're a big business; they're only willing to risk so much on
Yeah.
characters, and somebody that has an
Mm.
established fan base, he's going to do
Right.
better in this
Yeah, and it could
series
have
in
been
this
with the times
movie
too. I
than
mean, at this point, because of the
Mhm.
two cartoons, Cyborg has gained some popularity. There's a whole generation that's grown up with the Teen Titans now. So let's throw him on the team. So I mean, there's just a different mix. I know. I mean, there was a few thoughts that ran through my mind when I first seen it. I'm like, okay, and then I was like, because I'm like, it's still like that same whitewash cast of the Justice League. Besides, like, let's throw one minority on there, and that's frustrating anyway to me. Like,
Mm.
come on, like
What I
let's
will
do it.
say though, it does kind of bother me the idea of if you change a story and he just goes straight into the Justice League. That
Yeah,
kind of bothers
which
me
they
because I
did.
like the idea of him building himself in the minor leagues,
Yeah,
sort of, and becoming an established hero. I know my shit, and they're like, "Hey, this
yeah.
dude's cool. We need to bring him up." I like that.
Mhm.
But
Like
that's
he
what they
builds up
did
that.
though. They just kind
Mhm.
of
Mm.
completely did away with.
Yeah, he just kind of comes straight in, and
Yeah,
I don't like that as
he no
much.
longer grew up with Nightwing.
You
He
lose all that
now,
value of that time that he spent
Yep.
growing and
yeah,
learning,
The
and
work, the
yeah.
grit, the
right,
time when the Justice League comes and appoints you and they're like, "You're part of this." Yeah, like it gives you that time of reward to see all the work and
yeah,
everything that he's done finally
See him
pay
get
off.
paid off in Nightwing's like, "No, I'm good. Like, I'm enjoy it, dig it, but
yeah,
I'm gonna do my own thing because I'm trying not to be Batman." And like,
yeah.
I like the, and then
See,
you
for you,
lose all that.
who's your favorite Teen Titan?
I feel like I always went towards, like, the women because I liked Raven, even though I love Star Force, obviously,
Yeah,
but
I
excuse
just
you?
playing.
What?
I am just playing.
But, alright, but no, I was like, Raven I thought was really cool. I liked both Starfire and Raven because I could, like, see both sides of the coin because I like their
yeah.
dynamic, serious and having so many things that she was, like, battling and hiding
I'm
away
even.
each time she
Mm-hmm.
would disappear. Hmm?
She's
Ryan, are you being a
I
hater?
enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So I would always wanted to see how she was like, I just wanted to give her a hug. I wanted to see what's going on. So I felt
Yeah,
like in
yeah,
that way,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Starfire thing of understanding more about her and her storyline, I thought was
Mm-hmm.
really cool. So
Yeah,
that
Raven's a dope character, and I don't think people really comic book heads do, but she's a freaking powerhouse too.
Hmm.
Like
for real.
Raven is, I
She's
mean,
really cool.
she's a wild card.
I can't
She's got
think of
she's got some dope powers, and really like her role in a storyline
mm,
usually makes or breaks the storyline, right? Definitely tips the scale. Uh,
mm.
yeah,
Indeed, I
yeah,
agree.
I liked
I
Blackfire better than Starfire, really. When I saw her sister, I was like, well, this is interesting.
yeah. Okay,
Because yeah,
okay.
I mean,
definitely not.
I am perfectly fine with a character being okay with their sexuality and enjoying, like, not being ashamed of who they are. But like when they try and take her down to just like, "Ooh, look at me," that bothers me. And sometimes it
Mhm.
Mm,
goes more towards just being a pinup. or a joke, then like she's a powerhouse of a character, and she's been through a lot, and she comes from an amazing culture, and like she can be all that stuff, and also like making out with Nightwing. Like that's fine, but
Yeah. Okay. Ryan, Teen Titan hater. Do you have a favorite that you
Oh,
like to hate on, or do you?
shady.
Well, continue.
Ryan
I
likes
don't want
the
to
neck.
bring. I don't want to bring too much more
Is there
hate.
is there one that you hate?
Bring it
least?
on.
Yeah, they'll be okay.
I think for me, when it comes to Teen
Come on.
Titans, it would always be good old Dick. Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing.
My pick was right.
I think for me, he is I just like Dick in general. He's just a he's an asshole. So
If the shoe fits,
and
go to the
that's-
ball, right?
yeah, exactly. And like his character was always that quintessential kind of thing. Always
Yeah.
had a thing. I'm always I come from this. I've been kind of attitude. So I've always enjoyed him, and always him for some odd reason. He always, he was chaos. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is. But I think for
Yeah.
me, like it's good Nightwing.
Okay.
Yep.
As far as Bat Family goes, I love Nightwing.
Nightwing's pretty
Nightwing
cool.
is my dude. If I see anything that's got Nightwing on it or something that has to do with Nightwing, I'm like, bet, run it.
When I saw Justice League Injustice, Nightwing, I really enjoyed him. Like just seeing more of him, I was like, that was really cool. So, Nightwing is awesome.
He's a top tier.
I know he's
character.
alone and he has everybody's best interests. I know.
For me, Nightwing is a perfect example of a sidekick character done right, and moving on, and having his own identity, and moving to a different city to get out of the shadow. But if something went going with Batman, he comes back to help Batman. But like he's just.
And they did the struggles realistically. Like as a father of teen boys, I get that feeling of like, you're the boss, I can do it my own way. Like, I get it.
That storyline where Batman, they think Batman has died, and he takes on the mantle of Batman, and Damian is his Robin, and that's a phenomenal story. I love that story arc. That's a great comic book. I really enjoyed, because now he has to be that Batman mentor role, but this little dude Damian is not like any Robin that they've had, because he's a little asshole. Javon doesn't like Damian. I know. That's okay.
Really? What would make you guess that Javon didn't like Damian? Oh, I see.
Guys, guess what? Guess what though? My favorite.
He usually plays it so close to the vest, it's hard to tell.
My favorite Teen Titan, and it's gonna kind of round out our group here. I'm a Beast Boy fan, yo.
Oh,
so it's like we're like our own little Teen Titans.
I always love a changeling, and
Beast Boy's funny. I like Beast Boy.
And I love the wisecracking, funny Beast Boy. Like I dig his character now, and like especially in Young Justice, his arc, like the trauma he's going through at the end, I absolutely love.
Beast Boy. Beast Boy's character to me is so dope. His powers are cool. His dynamic with Cyborg is dope. His dynamic with Raven is dope. Him being this outgoing, funny character, but he's in love with the little emo chick, and he's just trying so hard. Like, I just love, because he just wants to make her smile. Like, I just think that, to me, that's dope. I enjoy that a lot. And then, but it's hard to pick just one, because there's just so many great characters that have been part of this teen teams.
Like, I really love Starfire when she's not just a pinup sex bot. I absolutely love her, especially like in the Teen Titans. Like when you find out more in the cartoon about where she's from and realize that she's still this kind and loving being as like the world she
Yeah.
comes from. I just absolutely love that.
She kind of comes from like I would say it's kind of similar to like Super Saiyan race in a way.
Or the Klingons, like it's a warrior race.
You know what I mean? It's a
And
warrior
Mhm.
race, and she's kind of like that
Mhm.
goofy Goku.
That's a good representation. Like
That's
you would
a really
call
good
them
way to put it.
Cleons. Yeah, the closest to it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Let's see here. Oh, sorry, I was reading a message I got from the wifey. Um, another great one, Arsenal. I love Arsenal. I love everything that they've done with Red Arrow. Red Arrow's a fun character,
Red
especially in Young Justice, man. Fish. His stuff in Young Justice, man, is yeah. You see Fish's
That was so good. And the thing that I really love about Young Justice is they've got like 40 years of stories to pull from for
Yeah.
it, and they've had all this time that different creative teams have been able to go back at some of this stuff and refine it and make it better.
Yeah.
And then they get to pick from those choice moments and what they make happen in such a short frame, because you only get so many episodes where you get a lot more issues per year than they get, time on screen. And to make it so powerful and like how long did you look for me? And oh my God, that gives me
Yeah.
freaking goosebumps.
It's
And
good. It's good.
oh,
Ryan, you like the newer live action Teen Titans though on HBO Max, correct?
No.
Oh, I thought you did. Are you don't?
I watched everything up until like the last season.
Titans on HBO Max is absolute trash.
It's
It
the
is
way
awful.
he said no for me.
Oh,
It was the
I honestly,
no.
That first
I'm pretty sure I can find it. I'm pretty sure I can find a post of you like giving it praise at one point. I'm not making this
I
up.
like the first season. I'll give them that. I would say everything beyond that is absolute trash. I mean,
Okay.
I love the meeting between Dick and Raven and Ship and her trying to stop Trigon and all that stuff. Anna Dydrop a Starfire. I like the presentation of her character. Memory loss, amnesia, doesn't know who she is until later.
Yeah.
And then really weird when they introduced my boy from Game of Thrones as an old ass Bruce Wayne. He was just weird, and it's just an awful show. It's an awful. What the hell they were doing?
It feels like it misses the boat so many times.
It misses the mark so many
Where Young
times.
Justice
I actually
nailed it.
I haven't watched it yet at all.
Doom Patrol, and then he comes over.
Yeah.
To Titans. It was just weird. All of it.
But yet he's never in Doom Patrol ever. We go through all that time he was supposed to be there, and he never shows up.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I just it just wasn't on my list.
I don't like anything on that. Like the way they portray it is weird.
There are moments of it that I love, and I kind of dig Hawk and like just being a dude that likes to fight, and like I kind of dig that portrayal. I like some of the stuff that they did with Starfire. I hate the fact that she's
was weird.
Basically almost powerless, and because they didn't want to put a lot of special effects in. Like I want to see her lifting cars and flying and shooting beams, and like I want to see that stuff.
You don't get none of that.
And you never get any of the stuff you really want to see. You only get a couple of really good action scenes. It feels like they just missed the boat a lot.
I haven't, like I said, I haven't watched it. For some reason, I thought I had seen where you liked it. Maybe I guess obviously I was wrong.
No, I liked the first. I think the reason why it was I was so turned on to it, grounded, and it was really grounded in reality and stuff. But
and they grounded it too much.
You really get a feel we're dealing with like superheroes and stuff. Like that at all. It felt like you were dealing. You're watching like Dawson steroids. Like
Exactly.
Something
And like
like
the occasional
yeah.
real super heroics
like a teen
seems so out of
show.
place on Dawson Creek
Yeah.
that it doesn't fit.
The only thing I think that for me was just Hawk and what's the other chick's name? Hawk
Dove.
and Dove. Their dynamic and their relationship was really good. But like when they started introducing characters out of left field, like Red Hood, Jason Todd, his character Robin was just
way too
ridiculous.
fast. Like that was whiplash so fast.
Well, I'm glad I don't have to watch it now.
You ain't even got time to mourn him before he's done come back as Red Hood.
No,
How's he got time to be mad about anything?
Yeah.
I feel like now I feel comfortable that I haven't watched it. And
You've got the cliff notes from
You're good.
Uncle Fishy and Ryan.
Yeah, I just feel bad for the actors because like the dude who played Brandon Thyswas never going to jump off, man. Like it's been bad.
He could have been great at that.
Could have been great.
A lot of it was writing and stuff, and that's what gets me because like they kill it over in the animation department. Now, granted, those actors don't have to be able to flip off of cars and stuff, but like they kill it over there with the stories, and then they just like, I don't know.
Like there's just no connection at all from like animation to the live action, which is really confusing and frustrating to experience, especially for actors like that when you say it affects their career that way. It really sucks.
I think
this could have been the thing that sent him into the Stratoverse.
He played Hawk. He left Titans to go do research, and now his career is skyrocketed. You know, and now I just feel bad for the actor.
Yeah, to do your job right.
Who's your favorite leader of the Teen Titans? Who do you think leads the team the best? Because we've had a few different ones.
I like Cyborg leading.
We've had multiple Robins.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
like
assume
Starfire
Ryan,
leading.
I'm gonna assume Ryan because he's your favorite. Nightwing is your favorite. You probably would say he's your favorite leader as well.
When he's a kid in Young Justice having to lead people older than him, that's my favorite version of Robin as the leader. Like I love that, having to learn how to take control and make people listen to him when he's the smallest and has no powers. They did the emotional stuff with him so well.
It just kind of plays on like his relationship with Batman and how tough Batman is on him and how strict Batman is with him. So when he's messing with these other teams, he's kind of like, yeah, for sure. When he's with these other teams and he's now leading them, it shows just how like much Batman is hard on him. So now he feels like he's got to be hard on them. So that Young Justice again, like you said, Fish did a great job.
Freaking masterclass! They did such a good job.
Yeah, I think I would say Nightwing for me too is probably the go-to leader. I like Cyborg leading the team as well. I think Cyborg's a good leader. As far as like cast of who is on the Teen Titans, I do like it switching around a bit. I like Kid Flash. I think Kid Flash is an awesome addition to the team teams. I think Superboy for me is hit or miss. I don't really care to have Superboy or a Supergirl on a Teen Titans team. Like it's okay. I'll go further and say I prefer Superboy with the leather jacket.
Oh my god! I hate. I mean, I'm from the '90s. Like that was my prime time in my glory, in my trench coat, and my long black hair, and my long black fingernails.
I love Superboy.
I could not stand him.
With the glasses and the leather jacket, that's like the Bret Hart / Shawn Michaels Heartbreak Kid Superboy. I dig it.
Trash is what that is. Now, Connor Kent from Young Justice, I would take a bullet for that boy and thank him for the opportunity. But that Superboy,
okay,
you can have it.
Okay. I'm not necessarily a fan of Damian leading the Teen Titans. I'm not. It's not. It's not my favorite. I think there's cool dynamics there because of he's another one. He's just so much. He's just like in the movie, the Teen Titans movies. Like Homeboy is a trained assassin. He's miles ahead in maturity than
of
the
everybody else.
team, and that's a fun dynamic.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's a cool. I mean, as far as being a leader,
Like long term.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, when
I
he's
like
ready to
having Blue
kill
Beetle.
everybody,
The
that's not a
second,
good.
I love
Yeah.
Blue Beetle on Teen Titans. I like that they've stuck him on that team. That was dope. But yeah, man, Teen Titans are fun. I would say overall, Teen Titans are up there on my list as far as characters go. Like I said, I like the characters more than I like the stories. I see myself personally, if I'm going off of not stories, but just like if there's two items on a thing and there's like a Teen Titans version or a young, even like a young, just teen characters of DC as a regular, I'm probably leaning more towards that teen character. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of like that better in a way. Maybe
So
I don't know.
I can see it. I can see it.
I ain't gonna. But I dig Teen Titans. I dig Young Justice a lot. I'm a huge fan of that. But still, if it comes down between reading a Young Justice book or a Batman book, I'm going for Batman.
I'm
But
not talking about books.
you
I'm not
know,
talking about books. I think Justice League and they have better stories. I'm just talking about like I don't know, like I don't fucking know anymore. Fish. What I'm talking about? I like Teen Titans. I like teen characters. That's all I'm saying. I think if I'm looking at variants,
Tony's got a thing for teens. That's what he's trying to say.
let's say variant covers. I'm probably gonna pick a variant cover that looks cooler with Teen Titans on it or Young Justice characters than I am with Justice League characters. Is what I'm saying. I
And I'm
collect
not
like
going to buy a variant cover.
Red Hood, stuff. Like Red Hood and the Outlaws, that storyline to me was dope with him, Arsenal, and Starfire, and then later he had another team. But anyways, Teen Titans. I think three of us out of the four like it. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
That's
Ryan.
accurate.
75%.
That's accurate.
Ryan's the hater of the
It
day.
is true, is what Ryan says.
That's accurate.
That's okay. We like to have the hater of the day. Ryan gets to wear the hat.
Somebody's got to.
Well,
We
hey,
need a
there's
little
always-
hater sticker we can drop on top of
No,
some of these pictures.
not hater sticker.
I'm pretty sure out of the four of us, I don't think I feel like Fee's never the hater.
No.
No.
I could surprise you.
Fee's too nice. She's
I might
never
be
gonna
surprised
be
one day, but I feel like
You
so
might
far
find the
you've
right
never
topic.
been.
never gonna come
And I
in and
can
be
just
like,
be
the
like,
hell with
"Hater
this
today."
boy.
absolutely not.
Yeah. I have
I
not
could do
seen
it.
Phoebe the hater of the day. That's okay. But
I could
maybe she
surprise you.
will. Maybe
She's
will.
gonna make a heel turn on next week's episode. I'm calling it now.
There you go. All right, everybody. It's been dope. We talked about Teen Titans. Obviously, Javon loves them. Obviously, Ryan hates them. Obviously, J-Man's been throwing Ryan under the bus for a little bit today. Not sure what's going on. But anyway, that's all right. We do have a few announcements. Mr. Fish, you got a show that you've been running now for a couple weeks.
Indeed.
What's that new show? Give that show a little shouty shout.
That show would be School of Fish with me, your Uncle Fish, and every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 Central for the rest of us over here in the middle. Get online with like 3 or 4 of my friends like Fee, and we talk as I draw. Sometimes I'm using the Tower Grayskull Dice Tower over here to roll up random superpowers to create a new character on the spot. Sometimes I'm working on comic book pages. Just depends on what we're doing. Last Tuesday, we mashed up Battle Cat as a Thundercat and came up with a really cool drawing. So we're just going to keep being creative. We're going to keep making cool content. You can drop in, ask questions about being an artist, about working in comics, coming up with ideas, whatever you want. And we will chit chat, and I will talk in a bunch of stupid voices and make a bunch of funny stories. And,
All right.
Love you too, J-Man.
A lot of funny
Fee,
stories.
You got a new show that you're rocking?
Oh, Yes. Yeah. On Wednesdays at 2 Eastern
Hey,
time, it is the FSK, the Feed with Fee, and I just give you
favorite
all the
P.
latest updates that you guys can see from FSK. So when you're wondering, I wonder if FSK is thinking about me when it comes to delivering awesome content. The answer is always yes. We are always having
Yes,
something under the works,
yes,
so it's
yes.
always fun, and I always let you in on the good
Good,
stuff. So definitely tune in.
good. Ryan, you got a new
Yes, sir.
show once a month.
Once a month.
We just had it this week.
We just had Wednesday. We debated cancel culture. It was fun. I enjoy
Yep.
it. It's either the last Wednesday or the Wednesday before the end of the month. So the next one will be in March. It's once a month. It's called
Yeah.
AOT Debate. Me
Yes,
and
sir.
distinguished guests and panelists on the show to debate and talk about a hot topic that affects society, the world, and geekdom.
There you go. There you
Only the
go.
most extinguished guests come on the show. Just saying.
True.
Only the most.
Somehow I made it. I snuck on this week, so I'm not sure how I got on there, but I was.
We had a cancellation last minute.
Cancellation quick. I think actually I think he sent to the wrong person, and then he just couldn't. He didn't want to ruin a friendship, so he let me on.
Silly.
It was meant for Tony Danza, but y'all were right next to each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, I got a new show popping off March 7th called Clap Back, Tuesday Night Clapbacks, where we take all of our FSK characters, we put them into this wrestling game, and we've got our own wrestling show that's going to be going down in the ring. We also got some guest characters from other places that are going to be popping in. Me and Danny Cooper are going to be on the announce team, so that'll
Yeah.
be fun. Excited about that. It's going down. Also, this is kind of a me and fish news. The Green Zone backer kits and the 5-star backer kits have been sent out, so y'all need to get in there. Make sure you do that because I know Mike's gonna be shutting them bad boys down. They've been
He
out for
about to
about a
snap
week or
his
two
fingers. You better
now.
go in the emails, send those
So get
emails
in
back,
that
do your
email,
surveys.
lock in your stuff because we're gonna be sending out them rewards. So that'll be fun. Other than that, I think that's all we got. You guys remember to keep being a 5-star version of yourselves. Keep rocking, keep grinding, keep killing it. And we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Oh, I need to get to the graphics so I can run that.
Peace. Hey,